our Thank you, Liz. Welcome to our fourth year of the program. And we're just so thrilled to have our 8 new colleges and 45 new faculty in the program. This is really exciting. Okay, let's get started. So this is kind of the agenda for today. We're going to get to meet you. This is a little out of order, I know. So introductions, and then a little bit about why the program started, if you haven't had a chance to hear about that, and then the program overview, course overview, and then communications and support, so a few logistics, and then time for you to ask questions. You can turn on your mic at that point. In the meanwhile, please do feel free to post your questions in the chat window, and we'll answer those as we can. And then you'll have your team time in breakout rooms. Any questions before we get started? Alrighty. So I'm Una Daly. I am the director of the Community College Consortium for OER, and I'm also in the fortunate position of being the co-director of the Open for Anti-Racism program. And I'm going to pass this to the right.
Thank you, Una. Hi, everybody. James Galapagos-Clegg. My day job is as Dean at College of the Canyons, and I have the great fortune to work with Una leading the Open for Anti-Racism program into our 4th year. Really excited to see everybody here. Thanks. Liz?
Sorry, I didn't unmute. Hi, everybody. I'm Liz Yada. I'm the manager of CCC or Communities, and I work very closely with Una at Open Education Global. I'm sure you've all gotten lots of emails from me already, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what all of you come up with this year. Kim?
Hello, everyone. My name is Kim Gruey. My day job is as instructional designer at Northern Virginia Community College, but I live here in Weed, California, and I'm connected to my California Community College colleagues through this OFAR program that I've been with since the beginning. I'm really excited to be here again, and our team just kind of keeps growing, and I'm excited to pass the baton to our next leader here.
Thank you, Kim. Hi, my name is Joy Shoemate. My day job is working with James at College of the Canyons. And with OFAR, I have the privilege of co-developing the course with Kim and co-facilitating it with Kim and Maritez. So I'm thrilled to be here with you and get to know so many of you. Shout out to the COC team. Love all of you. But I'm so excited to be here with all of you and get started on this journey over the next year together. And last but not least, Maritez.
Thanks, Joy. Hi, everyone. My name is Maritez Apigo, and I'm super excited about another year of OFAR. So welcome, everyone. I am an English professor, DE coordinator, and OER coordinator at Contra Costa College, and super thrilled to see that my college is actually part of OFAR this year. So that's very exciting. I love seeing some familiar faces in the group. I wear a lot of hats, but you'll get to know me as we move along here.
Yes, Maritez wears a lot of hats, so stay tuned. All right. Very quickly, for those of you who aren't familiar with the Community College Consortium for OER, as the co-leader of OFAR, I wanted to let you know a little bit about us. We've been working with we've been working with community colleges around the country and in Canada as well for the last 15 years. And we're all about helping colleges, encouraging them, sharing their collaborative development of open educational programs to ensure equitable access and success. So just a wonderful fit with the mission of the Open for Anti-Racism program as well. And the California Community College Chancellor's Office is a longtime member. And we have many individual college members, but through them, there's a discount for any other college who would like to join us as an individual member. All right, and just, a little preview here. One of the many things that CCCOER does is we put on monthly professional development webinars around open educational resources, most often with an equity anti-racist lens. And here is a list of those. And Liz, maybe you'll put a link into the chat window. These are all free, and they're primarily focused on community colleges. I mean, that is their focus, but sometimes we have folks from the four-year colleges and universities. We'd love to have you join us. All right, and now I'm going to turn it over to Mariteza Pico. One of the hats she wears is that our lead coach.
Thanks, Una. We have an outstanding group of advisory coaches, which you are all going to be so privileged to have one of these assigned to you and your college team. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce our coaching team, and I'll start with Alyssa Cooper. Want to say hi?
Yes, thank you. I was searching for my mute button. Hello, everyone. I'm Elisa Cooper. I teach freshman composition, literature, and journalism at Glendale Community College in Arizona. And I've been with the program from the start. I was roped in by Una, and I appreciate her bringing me in. And it's just amazing watching this program grow through the couple of years that we've been doing it. So welcome all.
All right, Gayatri Manikandan.
Hi everyone, I'm Gayatri Manikandan. I go by Tree just to make things easier for everyone. And I teach math at Compton Community College. I love this program. I attended, I was one of the participants. I loved it, and I'm here to help you coach as a coach. So wonderful to meet you all. Looking forward for this year.
Alan Leon.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Alan Leon. I teach math at Imperial Valley College, mostly statistics, but also, whatever else we need at the time. I was a year 2 participant in the OFAR program. It's a great experience. And then I joined on as a coach last year and continuing on this year. So I hope to meet all of you, and I hope I get to work with you, and hope you're able to gain as much from the program as I was as a participant.
Go math.
Yes, most of our coaches actually were participants and started and then switched over to become coaches. So many of them have that firsthand experience. Deborah Crumpton. Is she here today?
I think she had a family crisis that came up, and
So I'm actually here. Can you all
She's
hear me?
here. Yes, Deborah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm only going to be. I'm in the hospital right now, and I just walked outside of the treatment room for a moment, just to let you know I'm here. I want to say hello to my team. Let them know that I'm so excited about being selected to be their coach. I was a first-year participant, and I've been a coach the past 2 years. I think this program is absolutely transformative, and I look forward to helping further the goals that all of us have towards anti-racism and equitable education. So I'm probably gonna have to drop off the call, but I'm gonna stay on as long as I can. So welcome again, team, and thank you so much to the team for selecting me as their coach.
Really appreciate you, Deborah, for jumping on. I hope everything's okay with what's going on, and we're sending our love and thoughts to you, okay? Next we have Ana Garcia.
Hi, everybody. Hola a todos. My name is Ana Garcia. I teach at Monterey Peninsula College. I teach chemistry and earth sciences classes. And this is my 4th year with this crazy, amazing group. And you have heard, we have all learned a lot every single year, either as participants or as coaches. So I'm looking forward to what's next. And I'm looking forward to meeting all my peers this year, my college peers and the new students and everybody in the room. So welcome, and let's do this.
Cindy Sheeks.
Hi, everybody. I'm Cindy, and I'm from Moore Park College. I teach child development and education. And I was a participant in OFAR last year and was so very honored to be asked to be a coach this year. I was very inspired last year by everyone's work, and so I'm just so looking forward to continuing this work. with everyone.
And last but not least, we have Hosna Sadat Ahadi.
Hello, everyone. Congratulations on getting accepted into OFAR. I'm elated for all of you. My name is Hasna Sada Ahadi. I reside on the land of the Luceño and Kumaya community here in North County of San Diego. I'm a faculty counselor at Palomar College. I was part of the inaugural cohort, and I've been fortunate enough to be part of the coaching team for the last 3 years. I want to give a shout out to Palomar College. We finally have another cohort. Yay! And also Taft College, who I'm going to be working with closely. And I want to congratulate all of you, and we're going to have fun. Thank you.
Wonderful. Meritez, is that it for you right now?
That's it for now. Back
Okay.
to you, Una.
Okay. And so, yeah, I want to, as you heard from our coaches, a number of them indicated that their college teams were accepted into the program. And that does happen from time to time. We have a policy that the coaches that are from those colleges don't coach their own college team. It's just kind of an equity policy. So we want to make sure that every team has the same support. So, all righty. Now, I want to introduce very, very quickly the colleges that are participating, because we have 8 of those. So, but it's so exciting to hear from everybody. And I'm going to ask Nikisha if she's with us to introduce Saracosa Community College. If she would mention the folks that are on her team. And of course, her coach is Meritez Apigo, the lead coach. Boy, lucky group. Are you here, Nikisha?
Yes, I'm here. My name is Nakasha Cummings.
Thank you.
And I'm at Saracosa Community College. I am serving humbly as our team lead. And on my team, we have Dina Campbell, Kimberly Kelly. Well, I guess Dina Campbell, Personal Finance, Kimberly Kelly, Health Science, Tyrone Ledford, Child, Family, and Community, Devin Mosley, College Success, and Don Ward, Criminal Law and Procedure. And so we're really excited to be a part of the cohort this year.
Thank you, Nikasha, and thank you for helping me with your name. So I'm glad you're excited. Did you have like a 1-word description or a 2-word description of what you hope to do this year? Just to put you on the spot.
I would say 2-word description would be transformational change.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Nakasha. And on to our next college. And these are in alphabetical order. And there we go. And so on to Pamela Williams. I'm going to ask Pamela to tell me how to pronounce that last name, who is the team leader for College of the Canyons, and their coach is Deborah Crumpton.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Pamela Williams Paez, and I teach sociology at College of the Canyons. I wanted to say, first of all, I'm very excited to be here. Our team is very excited. And I'm impressed that our coaches are from a variety of disciplines. I think that's really important, especially as the work that we do often gets confused as only humanities and social science work. And I notice we have some mathematicians on board and folks in counseling and other arenas. So thank you for that, and props to CCC OER. We're very excited to be here. We have a very strong team, and I'm going to boast about each person a little bit. Katie Coleman is our lead faculty for our equity-minded practitioners work group on campus. And she's a terrific person that's also done some teaching in our Center for Excellence in Teaching and Learning. She teaches sociology and is also our department chair. So we're really happy Katie is on board with us. We have Dr. Julianne Johnson, our superstar in our history department. Julie is one of the co-leads for our Center for Excellence in Teaching and Learning. She is one of our role models that has helped us along with equity-minded teaching strategies. She teaches the Introduction to Online Instruction courses and others, and has really been helpful in moving things along at College of the Canyons. So we're very happy that Julie is with us here today. And then we have Graciela Martinez, who works in our EOPS CalWorks. She's a counselor, another rock star who's effectively helping some of our most vulnerable students in her capacity. Graciela has done quite a bit of training in equity-minded work and working with students from lots of backgrounds, and she's very sensitive and caring towards students, and we're very excited to have her on board with this team. And then also we have Gabriela Muñiz, our newest faculty member, who's teaching our inaugural course in Introduction to Social Work and Human Services. Gabriela has a very good background in social work, practicing through an equity lens, and now she's teaching us how to teach that in the classroom as well. And we're very excited that she's here with us on this team. And then last but not least, we have Professor Robert Wanzer. Robert Wanzer is one of our sociology faculty at College of the Canyons. He also is a co-lead for our Center for Excellence in Teaching and Learning. And I happen to know that he also teaches some of the @ONE courses and has been very helpful in sharing his skills and abilities and talents with faculty all over the state of California. So we're very excited to be here. We're thankful to the leaders at CCC-OER for including us in this. And I think, you know, the only words I can think of, we have such a strong team. So we're looking forward to mind-blowing, mind-exploding new information that we can bring back to our college and share with others. So thank you so much, everyone. And I'm looking forward to meeting our coach, Deborah Crumpton, and others in this cohort. So congratulations, everyone.
All right. Thank you so much, Pamela. We really feel the love. We return that. We're going to have to move just a little bit quicker going forward, but I definitely wrote that down. Mind-blowing and exploding. I'm excited. Whoops. I'm sorry, we went the wrong way on that one. So next up is Contra Costa College. Jennifer, I'm going to let you pronounce your last name in just one moment. And I want to mention that your coach is Alan Leon, that math faculty that we just heard from.
Great.
Jennifer, please.
Thank you. Hi, I am Jennifer Unjin and from Contra Costa College. I teach in psychology there, but I also teach ethnic studies as an adjunct at Madera College. And today I'm joined by one of my colleagues in psych, Mary Johnson, Vern Cromarty from sociology, Chandra West from health and human services, Sherry Sharufa from math, and Trung Nguyen from math. So we are excited to be here and bring back the knowledge to our colleagues at Contra Costa.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. And did you have a 1 or 2 word description?
I guess we are excited, but I wanted a better word than that. So no, I wasn't thinking of words. I was worried about getting everyone's name right. So I don't have any other words, but we're all really excited. In fact, we have backup after backup wanting to join our team. So we have a lot of interest.
Great. That's wonderful. Thank you. All right. Next up is Casumnes River College. And your coach is Gayatri Manikandan, who we just heard from as well. And turn it over to Gregory Byer. Is it?
Byer. Thank you.
I thought it was Byer.
I've got a last name that's few know how to pronounce, and I work at a college that few know how to spell. So thank you for getting our college name correctly. The students and faculty at Casumnes River College are ably served and will be very well represented by this excellence team of instructors. Together, we have more than 60 years of experience as adjunct to overload instructional faculty. Our community college and almost 3 decades as full-time instructional faculty. Our community college experience ranges from just 4 to 24 years. The diversity of our goals reflects the diversity of our disciplines. But we do share the vision of empowering all of our students to succeed in an academic world where the structure of scholarship, teaching, and assessment is constrained by Eurocentrism and white supremacy. Joining me on this team are Gail D'Artes, teaching diversity in American drama, Kelsey Ford, teaching English composition, Noah Gardner, teaching general biology for non-majors, Rosie Ramirez, teaching college composition, Jenna Trench, teaching introduction to concepts of human anatomy and physiology, and I will be using my history class, first half American history, for this excellent program. Thank you so much for including us.
Wonderful. And Greg, did you want to share a couple of words or?
I'll share that we are really, in particular at CRC, we're really excited because our college president, and thank you for mentioning Ed Bush in the chat there. He has led, and he's very well supported by the faculty, the academic senate joined in on this, a couple of big projects that this aligns perfectly with. We have the goal to become a 100% ZTC college. We are more than halfway there for this semester that we're currently in. And we also have a goal that we created a project called 13, We Won't Fall, excuse me. The number 13 matters because there's 13 specific targets that we are striving for to help us close the achievement gaps for particular our African American students. This was started in the aftermath of the murders of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Greg. And we look forward to working with you. And next up is Fullerton College. Your coach is Cindy Sheeks, who we also just heard from. And I want to turn it over to Gary Graves for a brief introduction of his team.
Great, thank you. Hi, everybody. My name is Gary Graves, and we've got an exciting team put together to work on this project. I teach entrepreneurship, small business management, and so we're looking forward to expanding that. Also on our team is Megan Devon, who teaches art history, Carol Henke, who also teaches art history, Anu Pame Mande, who teaches history, and Michael Mueller in the theater department. A couple of words for us would proactive and committed, I think, would probably describe our team and our college.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you, Gary. And on to Los Angeles Valley College, and your coach is Alyssa Cooper, who we all just met. And I want to turn it over to you, Brandy, to introduce your team.
Sure. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Brandy Payne. Happy to be here representing for Valley College. Our team consists of Dr. Vic, who will be German 1 is his course, Miss Susanna, English 103 is hers, Dr. Kedra has African American Studies, and Magda, English as a second language. I would say our 2 words would be intentional impact.
Wonderful. Great choice. Love it. All right, thank you. Thank you, Brandy. Okay, our next college is Palomar College, and your coach is Anna Garcia. And Nicole, would you like to take it away?
Hi, everyone. I'm Nicole Mart. I am working in nursing education at Palomar College. And so I am very new to the community college system, and so I'm just getting to know our team. I've just stepped into teaching in the last 2 years or so. Our team is Cindy Anfinson. She teaches in calculus. She actually had, she was teaching today, so I'm hoping she can catch the recording of this. We have Tina Barlalong in counseling, Joe Briseno in sociology, Richard Carr in English, and Heather Pham in child development. I wish I could break things down to 2 words, but that's not really how my brain works. So just in general, we're really excited about participating in this program and hoping to come back to the college as a whole to be able to present it, and hopefully college-wide anti-racism curriculum can just be put into everything. That's our hope. So thank you, guys.
Welcome, Nicole and team, and and welcome to the community college. You've only been in this space for 2 years, so what a wonderful program to engage in, and I hope that you find that rewarding this year. And of course, I love nursing. My mother was a nurse, my sister was a nurse, so I'm all over nursing and OER and equity. So lovely. All right, Taft College. Last but not least, I'm sorry, alphabetically, Taft was the last one in our list, and your coach is the amazing Hasna Sadat Ahadi. And Salvador, please take it away and introduce your team.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. I'm Salvador Jimenez Murguia. I'm a sociologist at Taft College, and we have a great team. We had another team member that couldn't be a part of the team because she'll be undergoing some surgery, but I do want to make sure I mention her name. Vicky Jacoby. Some of you may already know her, but she has some things she has to take care of in spring. And so Michelle Oya, who's I think a pretty familiar face and name to all of you in the OER community, she's going to be joining us in Vicky's absence. First, we have Michelle Beasley, early childcare development. Here there are some courses. I'm not going to go into the actual courses because those will change, but they will all be teaching in spring. Darcy Bogle, who's a psychologist and a counselor on campus, and Kelly Kelsner-Reyes, who's an English professor on campus, and of course, Michelle Oya, who's one of our psychologists. We didn't have to give this much thought because we've been pushing for this long before the murders of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and so on. Those of us that have experienced racism and understand the dynamics of it and live through it daily, whether it's the hot topic or not, we understand it full well. And so I think if we had to give two words to append to what one of our mission is it would be paradigm shift. We teach in a very conservative area, and it's the kind of thing that we experience regularly in multiple iterations on campus, and we know that paradigm shift is one of our goals. Thank you for accepting our application. We're excited to work with all of you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Salvador. Paradigm shift. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, thank you all. It was wonderful to meet you. I know very briefly, you'll have many more opportunities to get to know each other when you get into the course, as an entire cohort of 45 faculty moving forward together. And that'll be coming up shortly. All right. And now I want to turn it over to James Glapper-Grossklag to tell you more about the program.
All right, thank you, Una. Wow, what great energy here! This is yeah, just such a great day. Really appreciate it. I'm going to share an overview of the program. I'm going to do it rather quickly because all the information is findable elsewhere. But we do want to start off letting you know sort of the origins of this program, the Open for Anti-Racism program. This dials back to spring and summer of 2020. We've all many folks here have referenced that. We all remember that. Una and I, having been steeped in the open education world for many years, we were recognizing that the open education space was blindingly white, and we wanted to do something. And we also saw institutions all over the United States, not just our college, but your college, putting out statements saying we decry racism and we're going to engage in that paradigm shift, right? Salvador, that press release came out, and not a lot happened after that. Faculty wanted to change something, need to change something, but there wasn't a tremendous amount of support for faculty to make practical changes. So Una and I, again, having been steeped in OER, we thought, well, gee whiz, we think that OER and open pedagogy are good tools to help faculty make the change to anti-racism. So again, 3 years ago, this program started. We're going into our fourth year. It has evolved over time. We're more focused now on student impact, more focused on institutional impact, as Nicole said, taking the program impact to the entire institution. And we've been fortunate enough to involve a lot of our alumni in program leaderships. That's been really rewarding over the years. Next slide, please. Here's a snapshot of the fall. In the fall, very quickly, Monday, October 9th, the OFAR Canvas course begins. There is a and you will probably already have received information from Liz about submitting a contract, so we can get some paperwork done so that we can pay you for your work. You're going to engage in the course, attend monthly webinars, And then looking forward to third week of November, that's when you submit an action plan that you craft during the course, describing the change that you want to make in a class in the springtime. So we're learning and then doing pretty quickly. Not just one of those professional development experiences where we think, oh, that was awesome, and then nothing happens. And then we ask during the fall that you meet at least once in a synchronous manner with your coach. And maybe somebody could put in the chat the link to the full calendar, which is in the slides, but you can also look, you're going to get the slides. Thank you, Una. Yeah, you all get a copy of the slides so you can look back at the calendar. Next slide, please. Also during the fall, we ask you to attend webinars, and we provide to you the option of participating in some workshops. You'll see in the bold lines there, the first, third, and fifth line, required webinars this fall. So a deeper dive into particular topics. November 3rd is going to be awesome. It's project examples from past participants. And then the workshops, the second and fourth line, those are OER office hours. For those of you who are not steeped in OER, and the OER and open pedagogy are new concepts, no problem. Come on to those workshops. Our fabulous OER team here at College of the Canyons will walk you through some of the basics of OER and answer any questions you might have. Next slide, please. If you are not able to participate live in one of the webinars, there is a webinar absence policy. You can read the details, but essentially we ask you to watch the archive and then fill out a little survey to let us know that you did watch it. So we know things come up and meetings get scheduled. Next slide, please. A reminder for the team leads. You have a little bit of extra responsibility. In the fall semester, please take the lead on arranging the meetings with the meeting or meetings with your coach. And please set up the spring meeting schedule and update your supporting or sponsoring administrator. This goes back to that desire to support you in implementing institutional change. We want to make sure that the administrators, that somebody who knows how to operate the machinery of the institution knows what you're doing. Oops, wrong way. Whoops. Back. One more. One more. Thank you, Una. One more, I think. Thank you. And then in the spring semester, as the team lead, we ask that you, again, communicate to your team various OFAR related activities, that you're the conduit of information, and update your supporting administrator. But also as team lead, if there are any particular issues that somebody is experiencing on your team, we ask that you connect with the coach, with your coach, just so that we're sure that we know what's going on with your team if somebody has an emergency or is not fully participating. Next slide, please. So in the fall, you're learning. In the spring, you're doing. In the spring, you're implementing your action plan in a course. You'll see the highlights of the activities here. We continue to have monthly webinars. You continue to meet with your coach. We continue to ask you to submit individual reflections in the Canvas course. And one thing I want to highlight are our research activities in the spring. We will ask you to administer a survey with your students in the course that you're treating. We'll ask you to complete a post survey, because when you enter the course, you're going to complete a pre-survey. So at the end, of course, there will be a post survey. And some of you will be invited to participate in interviews with our researchers. And then finally, we ask you to share your OFAR project on campus somehow. It might be a professional development workshop. It might be a report out at your division meeting, your department meeting. There are all kinds of ways you can do that, but we ask that you are sharing somehow on your campus. And then finally, we ask that you upload an openly licensed syllabus and assignment. And there will be a lot more instructions about all of this as we go along. Next slide, please.
Yeah. The only thing I wanted to mention about those surveys and so forth is that you'll receive those digitally. So just in case you are a face-to-face instructor, you'll actually receive the links to the surveys. Just for those of us who are old school.
Thank you, Una. That's right. Yes, all the surveys are digital. So if you're only teaching face-to-face, you'll want to make sure you have a way to share the link with your students. Thanks for that reminder, Una. Yes. Okay. And then we are, again, just broadly looking to support you in having a larger impact on your institution. So we encourage you to engage students or student leadership at your institution. We welcome you to invite your sponsoring administrator, your department chairs, your deans to our webinars. Maybe you have an equity committee on campus. They'd be interested in the webinars. We'd love to see them in our webinars. Our researchers will connect with your institutional research department about sharing data from your past courses so that we can gain a view longitudinally of what might change in student outcomes over time. And then with selected campus administrators, we'll ask you to remind them or share with them a survey as well so that we can gauge the kind of institutional impact that you're having. And with all this talk about institutional impact, our point is to support what you're doing, not to check that you're doing it. I just want to be sure I'm not communicating that incorrectly. So we know we all want to impact our institutions. You know, we all want to do more than just stay in our classroom. So we want to be here to help you do that. And back to you, Una, or over to Joy and Kim and Maritas, I think.
Yes, absolutely. Over to our wonderful course developers and facilitators.
Thank you, Una. So I just want to take a moment to introduce again. I know you've heard a lot of names and met a lot of people. So Maritas, Kim, and I will be the course facilitators. So when we start in, about a week or two, the three of us will be the ones facilitating the course. 1 week, oh my goodness, wow, time is flying. We will be facilitating the course. You'll be hearing a lot from us. We'll be providing feedback, and we really look forward to engaging with all of you and getting to know all of you as we move through the 6-week course together. Next slide, please, Una. So we just want to be able to provide a quick overview of what you can expect. One thing that's not here on the slide that I do want to acknowledge, or that we want to acknowledge, is Monday, October 9th is Indigenous Peoples Day, and we want to honor and respect and acknowledge that day. So while we will open up the course the Saturday prior, October 7th, there is no pressure for you to get started. You know, you'll see in there, we welcome you in to take a look around if you want to and are interested in taking a look around. But we won't start like sending a bunch of announcements and really get going until that Tuesday, because we do want to acknowledge Indigenous Peoples Day on Monday the 9th. So you can expect an email from us and an announcement on Saturday. You are not expected to jump into the course early. We just want to have it available to you if that's something that makes you feel more comfortable and kind of feel a little more settled as we get started on the course. So thank you, Marita. She put in the chat that our official start date will be Tuesday, the 10th. So just so you all are aware, you will be invited into the course. You haven't been invited yet, so don't worry. You will be invited into the course. We are using the free instance of Canvas free for teachers. So you will not find the course in your college's instance of Canvas. So we just want to be really clear. And sometimes that can be a little confusing, and we're here to work through it if you have any difficulties, logging in and accessing the course. But we just want you to be aware that we will be using Canvas, but it will not be your institution's instance of Canvas. And as has been mentioned before, there will be a pre-course survey that we will ask you to complete, and that will be sort of the first thing you do when you get started in the course. And that is part of the larger like research and data collection that James was just sharing with all of you. So Una, if you may move to the next slide, please.
Sure.
Thank you. So we are going to be working together in this 6-week course. I won't, read the titles of all the modules to you, but basically you can expect that we will spend our first week together getting to know each other and really trying to build community with one another. We know that This is not always easy work to engage in. And so we're going to spend some time really getting to know each other and connect. Then we're going to move on to exploring anti-racism, anti-racist pedagogy. We want to make sure all of us are moving through the course with sort of like a baseline understanding of all of these different topics. And then we'll move on to exploring open educational resources. You know, really the goal of this program is each of you identifying and developing a plan for how you can leverage open educational resources and open pedagogy to make your teaching and learning more anti-racist. So we will be exploring those concepts together, and then the course will conclude with the time to develop your action plan. Again, this program is really centered on, yes, there's learning, but we really want each of you to be reflective and then commit to what changes you're going to make in your courses immediately in the spring semester, but also to think long-term too. So we really have allocated some time for you to be really intentional and thoughtful, but also receive feedback from one another so that you can move forward with implementing your action plan. And I just want to pause in case there are questions, but I also want to turn it over to Marie-Thèse in case she has any more she would like to add about the course overview.
I think that you covered it. You did a nice overview there, Joy. You covered a lot of the big things. There is a welcome email that has already been sent out, right, Joy?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. It's going to be, you're going to get a welcome email and it's going to have all the details, the link to Canvas free for teachers where you can log in, and there's going to be more details there. So we don't want to overwhelm you with too many course details right now, but look out for that welcome email that's going to have more information.
Thanks, Marie-Thèse. And then next slide, please, Una. And last for me, as I shared, was the action plan. So I mentioned that our course concludes with each of you developing an action plan, giving and receiving feedback about what changes you intend to make in your course immediately and longer term over time. We want to make sure and sort of clarify, it's okay if coming into this course, you don't yet have an idea of what your plans will be. That's perfectly fine. That's why we're moving through this course together. We also want to share that it's okay, and we understand that plans change. That's normal and natural. But we do also really focus on concluding the course with a solid plan so that you have direction for yourself and have a plan moving forward when you move into the spring semester for what you want to accomplish. And that's where the support of your team and your coaches and us as facilitators come in, where things might happen and you may not be able to implement everything that you planned, or things might change. That's where the larger support of the OFAR community comes in, because that's okay and that's life. But we really do an important aspect of the course. And I think, I hope what you feel differentiates this experience from maybe other professional development opportunities is that we really focus on committing ourselves to change, and that change happens with the plan that you develop at the end of this course. So if there aren't any questions, please feel free to ask questions. You can type them in the chat too, but we're really thrilled to get started on the course next week. So keep look out for a welcome email from us and an invitation to the course.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Salvador.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a question in the chat section there from one of our participants, Kelly, and I think it's an important one. It's about Teachers Canvas. Can you answer that one real quickly so that she doesn't, I want to make sure she gets her question answered.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Salvador. So Marie-Thèse did share,
sorry.
You can use the same, no, that's no problem at all. It's good. It's good. The question was, if we use Canvas Free for Teachers for other things or other courses, can we use the same account? The short answer is yes, you can. So if you already have a Canvas Free for Teachers account, you can use that same account. And we're happy, if you have any other
is there, it has to be the same email address as they registered for the the course for the application, correct? So if you use like a college email for one and a Gmail for another, would you need to know that?
So whatever email address that you would like to be associated with your Canvas Free for Teachers account, that would be the email address we would use. So most of you have provided us with your email addresses, or all of you have provided us with your email addresses. So if you have any concerns or want your account to be affiliated with something else, just let us know, like maybe a personal email. That's fine, just let us know. But we'll be sending the invite using the email addresses that you all provided when you applied. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that was my point. I didn't want to make sure, people like, well, I never received the invitation, but
yes. And then there was a question about sharing work in the Canvas Free for Teachers. So because it's not affiliated with your district account, you wouldn't be able to necessarily like copy to, if you ever use that feature, like copy content within courses in your instance. But Canvas is all connected. If you wanted to share out work that you create, you could do that in Canvas Commons. We're going to also explore in the course different ways to share out your work, but we're happy to, help you with that if there's anything you want to build in the Free for Teachers instance.
Yes. And then Vern asked a question about, will we be sharing action plans professors have developed in the past? And Alan just jumped in right there and shared that we do have a required upcoming webinar this fall, where you'll see actual past participants sharing their action plans and how they implemented them. So you will definitely be exposed to some good examples. And we also even have recordings from 4 years now of past participants that we can share if you want even more examples. Okay, Vern?
And as Una mentioned, Liz put together a great playlist. So we'll also be sharing examples in the course. Oh, great. Thanks, Liz, for sharing that. So we'll also share this playlist in the course so that you have some examples of what previous participants have done and what their plans have entailed. So,
all right. And Salvador, do you have one more question?
I do. I'll be brief. Will we be receiving I don't know, any instruction, or will there be any transparency with regard to the methods you're going to use for the longitudinal analysis of the data? I don't mean to besmirch SLOs in general, but I know that it's very problematic on our campus, and I think there's some issues with them, and I don't know if by using that data we would be able to understand anything about what changes on our campus. So will we at least be given some sort of, I don't know, tutorial as to how you're going to analyze our changes or implementations or modifications to our courses in spring?
Yeah, I can speak to that, Salvador. Yeah, so the short answer is yes. On our website, we have 2, maybe 3 years of our research reports from our researchers, the RP group. So you can see what that research looks like. It'll be pretty similar. So years 2 and 3 will be the same as what we're doing this year. And it's not necessarily, we're not necessarily asking about student learning outcomes, but rather our researchers ask your institutional research department, say Salvador is teaching, it's sociology, right, Salvador? So Salvador is teaching Soc 1 for OFAR. Please give us the past 3 years of grades and retention for Salvador's Soc 1.
So they're not associated with SLOs. They're associated with retention and attendance. But I misunderstood that entirely. Okay. Yeah.
So it's the grades and the retention and the demographics of the students for Salvador's Soc 1 going back 3 years. Then we'll get the same information for Salvador's Soc 1 from spring when Salvador is implementing a change. And then next fall, we'll get the same data for your Soc 1 after OFAR, and we'll see what kind of longitudinal changes there are. Everything is completely anonymized. Una and I could beg the researchers to tell us, we wouldn't have any idea, where the data is coming from. But it's, not completely anonymized longitudinal data from the participants.
Yeah, I'm really glad you asked that question, Salvador, and that James, you touched on the anonymization. So in your individual faculty pre and post survey, we do ask that you put your name in there, that because we don't have a unique ID for you, and the researchers use that to map your pre and post survey and what the differences are. We can beg, borrow, bribe them, but they will not tell us who responded what. So we never see those results. We see a completely anonymized result for that. So just want to make sure, but do enter, if you don't enter your name in the pre-survey, I know it was optional last year. We had to go after about 10 people who said, but you said it was optional. And I said, well, our researchers said you didn't submit. So I'm just letting you know that, and they won't tell us even when we beg and bribe, you know, they said, no, can't. So it is, you know, it's safe that way. I know we're getting up on the hour. Liz wants to just have a brief word about contracts and invoices before we get you off to your breakout rooms, if there's no additional questions. Liz?
Hi. Yeah, so most of you should have, or you should have all gotten an email from Signwell. And thank you to everyone who's already filled it out. I think when I checked earlier today, 33 out of the 45 of you have done it. So thank you. And we do need those contracts in place before you start the OFAR Canvas course. And I'll be in touch later. We need to get all the fun stuff of getting tax information. And then in December, I'll be sending out information on how you can invoice for the first part of your contract. So much more to come.
Thank you, Liz. And is about 2/3 of you have already completed that, or is it 3/4?
It's almost 3/4.
Yeah, so thank you, and a little peer pressure on the rest of you. Finish that up when you can. We want to make sure that you get paid. We have some great communications information. I don't want to belabor this. You can, Liz, if you would please put the slides in the chat window. You can read this at your leisure, but essentially, Liz, James, and I are the main contacts as you know things come up around the big program logistics, and then of course your coach and our wonderful course facilitators will be also there for you. And we've got a list of resources and links here that you might want to check out of past work in the OFAR program, in addition to that wonderful playlist that Liz just shared with you. And here's some wonderful other resources as well, some at CCC OER, some at our amazing Academic Senate OERI initiative. I know many of your colleges have participated in that. And we do have a national OER email list focused on equity. You're welcome to join that, and we really encourage it. So if we're open for a few more questions, and then we want to get you off into your breakout rooms so that you can spend some time with your coach. I'm using the 10-second rule. I think it's been 10 seconds. You can always reach out to us over email as well. All righty. Off to our breakout rooms. Liz, we've got those set up. And